Minecon Live just happened yesterday, and the Nether update is what we have landed on for the next Minecraft update. So I am going to like surgically look through all the footage we have, all the information we have so far about the Nether update, and really cover it in detail. I covered it a bit in my video yesterday, recapping all of Minecon Live. But now we're gonna get into some speculation, we're gonna, really analyze the video to see what type of new blocks we might get and everything. So let's jump into the video. So before we get into the footage, I do want to touch on the fact that Jens and Agnes both mentioned that there's a new idea when it comes to the Nether, and that is that you could live there, that this is a spot that you could actually spend a lot more time in, like you spend a lot of time in the overworld. It's not just a quick thing to pop in, get a few resources, and pop out, which is awesome. I mean, that's just incredible. A whole new dimension for you to actually live in. And that idea, some game mechanics that need to happen in order for that idea to happen is you can now set your spawn in the Nether, which I assume means being able to sleep in a bed. Although that's not been confirmed. Right now, if you use a bed in the Nether, it explodes. A bed in the Nether may be used, and then also you're going to be able to find food, and we'll get to that later on when we talk about the mobs. So first, let's talk about the biomes. They mentioned that there's going to be many new biomes, and we're only getting a chance to look at 2 of them. This first one that we happen to be looking at here, this is the Soulsand Valley, and based off of this first frame, we can see a lot going on. The first thing is this big thing here in the foreground that is a fossil. We've been able to find fossils in deserts and in swamps, but almost nobody ever comes across these guys. So I'm really glad that fossils are being used in a new way. They were so rare that it was basically impossible to use and find a fossil before. This is the bone block, which we have already. You can make that with, I think it's either bone meal or just straight up bone in 3x3, so 9 of those items to make the bone block. So we have a new fossil, a new use of the fossil, which I really like. And also, like, going in here to harvest just straight up bone for bone meal is going to be very, very useful. Now, let's look at some new blocks. Right here, this pillar right here is made out of something new. It almost looks like charcoal. The top of this texture looks a lot like some type of cobblestone. And then the side almost looks like a bark or like charcoal. The other thing is that we see a new variant of soul sand. So this is normal soul sand over here, and then this is some wavy sand, and so that's some type of different type of soul sand. And then also, I can't tell. Yeah, I guess that's a top texture. I'm trying to look at that really closely. Also, you can see the blue fire. So here's a close-up of the fire, and it is sitting on top of that wavy type of soul sand. So this shot in particular made me question, is only the wavy soul sand gonna turn blue? And just where you see it all around, that just happens to be the fact that it's on the wavy soul sand. Because if I'm looking here, it looks like it's hard to tell if normal soul sand when lit on fire will be blue or if it is just the wavy stuff. Now we get another shot, another angle here, and you can see the pillars of whatever block material that is and a little bit of lava. You also see particles. Particles are something that you see in the Nether, and this was something that I missed originally, is that the fog is blue. Is that this is not the standard red fog that we have in the Nether. Inside of the Soulsand Valley, we have a blue tint to the fog. Totally missed that the first time that I watched through the videos. And now we kind of can see them staring at it. One quick thing that I do want to mention is that the Soulsand Valley is very barren. So if you're going to be living in the Nether and you're going to be needing to gather resources and that sort of thing, it is pretty apparent that this area would be really not that great for resource gathering. Not sure. I'm really curious what this block is. It could be, I could see it being some type of coal because it kind of looks like that. Could be some different type of obsidian. Maybe this is like a different type of lava. I don't know. I love it, and I want to find out exactly what the heck it is, and then we can see all the flames as well. So moving on. The next biome that we get to look at is the Netherwart Forest. This comes in two varieties, red and blue. So let's take a look at red first. And the first thing that I notice, other than what we're obviously looking at, is that it looks like there's some type of grass-like block with some type of dead grass. But anyway, so you have the grass block, the tall grass block, and you have a grass block that would be like the grass cube. And you can see over here that it looks like it's sitting on top of the nether rack as a moss or something, or like grass. You also see these trees, and at first glance, they just kind of look like bark, but then at second glance, you notice that they have these crazy veins inside of them. Also, there's lots of particles, and these particles seem to be going up into the air, where in the Soulsand Valley, the particles seem to be falling as if they were almost like sand particles. We can also see some more vegetation on the ground, and it looks like we have two different types of mushrooms. And so we have this blue and orange mushroom and a red and orange mushroom as well. And inside of these trees, there is some type of block, and we'll see this a little bit more vividly in the blue biome, but there is some type of light emitting block. I cannot tell if that is glowstone or something else, but that has me, any light emitting block is always just insane. It kind of looks like glowstone, but I could be mistaken. But that is some awesome stuff right there. You can see it again further on in the video, and then again as we switch biomes. And it really, I can't tell. It really does look like glowstone. But is that the new texture for glowstone? Let me, 1 second. That is a different type of light emitting block. That is crazy exciting. I assume that it's light emitting. It looks like it's light emitting. That is really, 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 really exciting. So here's the blue variant. What's interesting is it still looks like you have the red grass, but this gives a much better view of the fact that it's netherrack with a layer on top, just like grass is dirt with a layer on top. And the blue variant, oh, by the way, I need to mention in the red variant, this stuff, these leaves, those are netherwart. So that exact texture is this exact texture. So it is the red netherwart, the netherwart block, which we already have in the game. Now, one thing to mention is that netherwart block cannot be switched back into netherwart. You use netherwart to craft it, but it can't craft back into 9 netherwart. So this is not necessarily an easier way to get netherwart, although who knows what they develop in the future. So in this blue biome, you can see the particles fall to the ground, where in the red biome, they sort of raised up out of the ground. So you have a lot of focus on particle differences between the two biomes. Also, something I misspoke in my video yesterday about just the entire update, and that was I didn't know whether or not Piglins, the mob, would be replacing Pigmen, and that has all been put to rest by a blog post. Specifically, they say, speaking of names, we've renamed the zombie pigmen to zombified piglins. We are introducing a new hostile mob to Minecraft, the piglin. So these are zombified piglins, and piglins are their own type of mob. And you can really see one get up and close here, get up and personal right before they cut back to the folks in the studio. Now let's talk about the new mobs. First, starting off with the more brutish hostile mob that they are currently calling the Piglin Beast. Although a few commenters, and I've seen posted the Nether Warthog, which I feel like it's pretty similar to a warthog. So I feel like the Nether Warthog is Mwah, a perfect name for this. I want to know your opinion, so let me know in the comments down below. Do you like the Netherwart Hog as the name for this possible creature? They are calling it the Piglin Beast for now, and it walks around sort of like a pig, sort of like a warthog, has huge tusks, and will attack the player. It is player hostile. And it's interesting, in this specific clip, you can get to see the egg that creates the, I want to call it another warthog, the Nether Warthog, that creates the Piglin Beast. Also, its shadow is gigantic in this, and there is no other world generation in this video. I was like, oh my gosh, a new type of video. What do we got? And nothing really to analyze here. Moving on to the straight up Piglin. This is what a Piglin looks like. It has sort of a brown tunic, which it was mentioned that they will be a civilization. So these are technically a hostile mob because they will attack on sight unless if you are wearing, whoa, they make a super weird sound. Unless if you are wearing golden armor, and you can see them attacking other things as well, almost as if a iron golem, you know, attacks stuff that gets into a village. It looks like the Piglins will attack things that get near it as well. This is a little bit later. They will hunt down a Piglin beast. So here they are hunting that down and killing it. So they are okay with a player as long as they are wearing gold armor. So it kind of keeps a reason to keep a bit of gold armor on, or to craft some gold armor before you go and hang out with them. And maybe gold armor is going to be a lot more useful in the Nether, which is an interesting thing that you might have to have 2 armor sets. Totally speculating at this point. A diamond armor set for the overworld and a gold armor set for the Nether. That would be really, really, really neat. So Piglins will ignore you if you're wearing gold armor, but the moment that you open up a chest in their vicinity, they will attack and they will hurt the player. It's almost as if they are really particular about their gold. Okay, they really don't want you messing around with their gold. Stay away from it. So they will attack anytime that you open a chest. I don't know if this chest has to be filled with gold. Totally speculating that maybe it needs to be their chest, or it could just be any chest, and they just don't want you to be in any chest at all. All in all, I really can't wait to see what they mean by civilization, because Jeb,
the Piglin is almost like a new civilization that we add to the Nether.
Almost like a new civilization that we had in the. I want it to be a full civilization. I want to have. This is my wants and dreams, Mojang. If you happen to be listening, Jeb, how's it going? Nice chatting. We've met twice before. I don't think you remember. I would love there to be Piglin cities. I would love to see them like in the walls of the Nether. Like, there's so much I could imagine with a Nether civilization that I would love to see fully developed. But he doesn't go that far. He doesn't say there's going to be Piglin cities. He doesn't even say that they're really going to be a big civilization. He says almost a civilization, as in they just happen to hang out and have some civilization qualities. One of those things that we do have confirmed is bartering. They have a type of trading known as bartering. So it doesn't sound like there's going to be a menu. You almost may like throw something on the ground and they pick it up and then they toss something at you. Not sure what that's going to be exactly. I like that. I hope that it is a little bit more efficient than trading. That would be really, really nice. And also, I'm sure that someone in the community is going to exploit the heck out of it. And I love that idea too, to have a new type of trading exploit in a way. Maybe they'll make it unexploitable. But I really like the idea of a new trading system, bartering. And that really wraps it up. So talking about blocks, we have this wavy soul sand, this crazy type of pillar. We also have the bark in both red and blue varieties, grass in both red and blue varieties, a new blue type of netherwort block, this crazy grass-like thing. We also have some new mushrooms, some red mushrooms and some blue mushrooms, as well as possibly a new type of light-emitting block of some flavor, which looks super duper rad. Then we got the new mobs, the Piglin Beast and the Piglin. I really feel like the Nether update, and this is only just a bit of what they're talking about. So I'm really excited. I'm really, really excited about the future of the Nether update. An entire dimension that can be lived in and explored. Love it. Absolutely love it. We haven't even seen what the Nether warthog, possibly, the piglin beast drops as food. I assume it's some type of pork chop. But maybe there's some crazy technique to cook it up. Who knows? I love all this crazy new ideas around a new dimension in Minecraft. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I specifically asked you about the piglin beast. Do you like Nether warthog? I'm not even taking responsibility for that. Someone in the comments said Nether warthog. I love it. So what do you think about that? And that wraps it up for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a like. Make sure you also subscribe for future videos, tips, tricks, tutorials, and spotlights here on OMG Craft. See you next time. Bye.